Welcome to Dr. Jester Rants, and I'm gonna rant about... you reap what you sow. From Bounty to Comics. Kelly Sue DeConnick, what a weird name, laments the abysmal state of comics after telling people not to buy her books. You remember that video? Really, well, in internet speak, ancient video like thousands upon thousands of internet years ago. And thousands upon thousands of internet years ago, just a couple of years away. Get it? Anyway. Do you remember that redhead with Gil Simone? Yeah, that one. Who says, if you don't like my politics, buy my book. Remember that? Remember that stupid person over there? Well, exactly. Former Captain Marvel writer Kelly Sue DeConnick lamented the state of comic books in industry after previously telling people not to buy her books. Remember this video? Damn, she let herself go. She used to be younger, now she looks like a bit of a racing. Either way, if you recall, DeConnick spoke to Sci-Fi Wire, pretty much exactly what I just said, but let me quote this. Quote, I'm going to make the book that I'm going to make, and if you don't want to read them, don't read them. DeConnick and her husband, Matt Fraction, were asked, did you think comics would be this sort of a phenomenon that is currently? DeConnick answered, boy, that's hard, because from our perspective, the industry has contracted, and we are very worried about comics right now. And this is what just came out. This is from 2019. Still pretty much thousands upon thousands of years ago. Goddamn cat fur. Of all the places for you to get... found it. I don't know if it's visible, but it's not, I think. There you go. See? That was in my eyeballs. Goddamn cat. Of all the places for you to get, you get on the eyeballs. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, right. Anyways, it came out recently, this discovered interview from 2019 with YouTube channel Unheard News with Destiny DeConnick lamented the state of the comic book industry. And she's crying because the comics since 2019 has gotten far worse. With the numbers that you get today would be cancellation. Over 10 years ago would mean complete and total cancellation. The numbers you get for the bestsellers, a cancellation back then. Now, let's finish this. Boy, it means soy voice. It's because from our perspective, the industry has contracted. I'm very worried about comics right now. So it's always interesting to me that outside perspective is always comics are booming. Action then chimed in stating, I don't think I should. I think you're more pessimistic about it than I am. I understand the why of it all, but I also feel like people should buy my wife's box, even though I don't agree with her politics. Otherwise, you're going to be jobless. He would go on to discuss how comic book merchandising has blown up and how The Walking Dead and Scott Pilgrim were the biggest presences at San Diego Comic-Con. Aren't you just glad on how crap everything has gone to? Because people have noticed how much the quality of comic books have decreased as of late. Let's take a peek at this little table over here. This is for July 2021. Can you spot the non-manga? So, you found it, right? How many of those are non-manga? I'll tell you. 2. Exactly 2. Out of Manga, 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 manga. Not a manga. Manga, manga. Not a manga. Manga. Now, even more so. Let's take a look at August. Let's see. Manga, 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 manga. Oh, not manga. Maybe. Not manga. And not manga. So only two, but way at the bottom. So in that case, maybe if you wrote the comic books not for yourself, but for the fans, and respected the lore, respected the characters, respected the storyline, you wouldn't be in this goddamn shithole, would you? But obviously, she doesn't realize that because the lack of self-awareness is pretty big with people like her. But then again, SDWs are always like that. Anyway, Fraction then said, we go to shows now when people bring us things a sign of I've never seen before. It's crazy. It's considerable at some level. I think there's something secret going comics. Ability to tap into popular imagination whether about Superman in the 30s or Batman show in the 60s. You have these moments with a comic book situation everywhere. And it's still comic articles written in the mainstream media with pose up. I think maybe the US by pessimism would vary. DeConnick will then lay out just how bad a shape the comic book industry is in.
I think I intend to be pretty optimistic, but this one I'm worried. I'm straight worried. But still don't buy my books, okay?
This is what happens when you peddle your goddamn nonsensical bullshit of retarded politics into the comics when people just want fucking escapism. I want escapism, really. Reading comics written by these people, it's kind of like taking a huge fucking dump. I mean large dump. And still not feel satisfied. You read them, what the fuck did it just happen? That means I'm gonna still have to return here and take another... Okay, maybe that analogy doesn't quite work. I was trying to work out how to shove in my dump today, but it didn't quite work. Well, too much information, but then again, where was I? Oh, right. Rumors that used to be no... here it is. When asked why, she responded, because the stores are closing at a phenomenal rate. Independent comic sales are down, mainstream comic sales are down, except the top 3 or 5 books are up. Everything in the middle list is down. Down. I nearly choked myself there with a coffee. The newbies are used to be numbers that would get to your console are now like, no, that's new heat, that's it. Independent books making the back cost of doing flopsies. Floppies is like things that should be able to do it in no sweat and going to random signals and coming out into the trades, and it worries me. Hashtag don't buy my books. God damn it. Let's see what else she says before I get bored and then jump right up to the end of the article. Anyway, she continues with this. Quote, the other thing that worries me is we are heavily dominated by superhero genre, and we are heavily dominated by the CMRO as the most successful shared universe comics. And I have nothing against the CMRO, I have worked for them both. Which is sad for all of us. I love them both, I love both universes. I think superheroes are great. There is no part of me that's like, your first album, it's like great. I can love independent comics, I can love superhero comics, but I have a concern about the industry not quite as much as it used to be if they're heavily dominated by those two companies. And those two companies have gradually become part... Oh, okay, my voice is changing. A larger behemoth corporation. Comics have always been special because of the way they work on the brain.
And because of the weight, we always being cheap and fast and if running innovative, we could try things in comics. Because it's far less expensive to screw up in comics then.
So basically, it's less expensive to screw up in comics. Expensive when it's expensive. Entire management suit Hollywoods get fired for taking the kind of chances we're taking every week in comics. Well, you ruin comics. You ruin everything. I'm not going to read anything else. And here, that's so funny to sign this. Holy shit! You couldn't make this up. Did you actually read what it's written right around here? DeConnick. Toy. God, what a disaster. Anyway, if you like this type of content, stay right here on youtube.com/Jester. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell button. And... No, I think that's about it. So, on that bombshell, have a great fucking night.